Okay, get this. What if I told you scientists discovered, like, a third state beyond life and death?
It really is fascinating.
No, no, not zombies. This is way cooler. We're talking cells from dead organisms, not just hanging on, but thriving, evolving even, doing things we never thought possible. All from this research we're diving into.
It really challenges how we think about biology, yeah.
Today, we're breaking down this article. It's called, Get This, Third State Beyond Life and Death. And let me tell you, it lives up to that title.
Absolutely. What's really striking is it's not just alive then dead. There's this implication of a gray zone in between.
Ooh, I like that. Cells just doing their own thing in the void. So not alive, not dead, but undecided.
Kind of. Professor Peter Noble and Alex Pozitkov's work, they showed some cells function even after the organisms, kicked the bucket.
Okay, but what are they doing? Just like cell ghost parties? What's the point?
Not exactly. This is where it gets wild. They don't just keep doing their old jobs. These cells adapt, they change, even develop totally new abilities.
Now that's just showing off. Like what? Give us the specifics.
So they looked at skin cells, right, from dead frog embryos. Those usually have one very specific job.
Right, being frog skin.
Exactly. But they saw these cells could become, well, it's almost like they spontaneously formed new multicellular structures. They call them xenobots.
Xenobots. Sounds like a sci-fi thing. Are we talking tiny frog cell robots?
Basically, yeah. And get this, these xenobots, they could move, like navigate around using little cilia, those hair-like things, to propel themselves. Not something skin cells usually do.
Okay, that's wild. So we've got frog skin going all Robo-Voyager. No, but it gets weirder, right? Because then there's the human lung cells.
Ah, yes, those are called anthrobots. Even more mind-blowing, they can repair themselves.
Wait, what?
Yeah, self-repair, which is amazing on its own, but hold on. They observe them healing nearby damaged neurons, too. Like, what does that even mean for medicine,
Okay, time out. My mind is officially blown. How is any of this even possible? Seriously, are these cells, like, running on backup generators after the lights go out? What's the deal?
$1 million question, right? There's some
Wow.
really cool research looking at, get this, electricity.
Yeah.
But not like we think of it.
Okay.
We're talking teeny tiny circuits inside the cell membranes themselves.
Hold up. Are you saying my cells are powered by, like, microscopic lightning bolts?
In a way, kinda. These circuits, they're made of channels, pumps, controlling the flow of ions, those charged atoms.
Yeah, vaguely. High school chemistry was a while ago.
Right, well, that flow, it makes electrical signals, like a cell-to-cell chat system, letting them organize, work together. Imagine. It's like Morse code, but on a microscopic level.
So even after a thing's dead, its cells are still gossiping. About what? The afterlife.
That's what we need to figure out. But it seems these signals, they might be how cells in this third state do all this crazy stuff. The self-organization, the new skills. Like, there's hidden potential just waiting to be tapped. And here's something else: the environment matters too. A lot.
Like if the cells get a good feng shui setup, they come back stronger.
Not quite. But things like temperature, what nutrients are around, even the bioelectrical signals from the surroundings, all that can impact what the cells do if they chat at all. It's super complex, like a dance between their internal programming and the world outside.
So it's not just about being a cool cell. It's about finding yourself in the right spot after, well, yeah.
Exactly. It changes
Right.
how we think about cell life completely. And what's even weirder, not all cells are into this third state equally. Those frog skin guys, they love it. Others, not so much.
Some cells are just born to party, I guess. Which brings us back to us living folks. We've teased it enough, all this third state stuff. How could it actually change medicine?
Oh, man. Imagine, like, personalized medicine, but on steroids. Using your cells to make tiny biobots.
Biobots. Like
Yeah.
what? Microscopic mechanics.
Kinda. But these guys deliver drugs right where needed, repair things at the cell level, maybe even reverse some diseases.
So my own personal cell team, fixing me up from the inside out, sounds kind of risky. What could go wrong?
Well, nothing's perfect. They don't last forever. They break down, which is good, actually. Yeah, like a built-in safety switch. Stops them going rogue, multiplying out of control. But it means their effects might be temporary, too. We've got to figure out the lifespan thing.
Right, so not immortality just yet, but still. You mentioned atherosclerosis, cystic fibrosis. How would this third state even help with that?
Think about it. For cystic fibrosis, anthrobots made from the patient's lung cells could clear out that mucus that builds up. Or with atherosclerosis, those clogged arteries. Biobots could, theoretically, dissolve that plaque.
Wow. So instead of surgery or pills every day, we get tiny cell helpers doing the dirty work for us.
Exactly. And because they're your own cells, way lower chance your body attacks them. It's elegant, really.
If it works. But this whole time I'm stuck on it. If cells aren't just dying off like we thought, what does that even mean? For life, death, all of it? Kind of freaky, right?
Profoundly so. It makes that line between life and death way blurrier. Less about on-off, more like a spectrum.
A whole gradient of existence we never knew about, which, for someone like you into all this longevity research, must be both exciting and kind of scary, no? Changes how you think about aging, I bet.
Definitely adds a new dimension, yeah. This third state, cells defying expectations. It opens doors we didn't even know were there before.
It's like we found the cheat codes to life, but we're still figuring out the controller. Speaking of cheats, longevity, this has got to factor into it. Is this third state like the secret to longer lives?
That's the billion-dollar question, right? It's early days, but the possibilities are definitely there. Imagine fixing age-related damage at the cell level, basically, like hitting the reset button on getting old.
Whoa. So not just treating diseases, but like treating aging itself. Sign me up. But how would that even work?
Therapies that boost our cells' own repair systems. We're talking tapping into that third state to rejuvenate things, make old tissues act young again. It's not about just adding years, but making your good years last.
Living longer and healthier. Now, that's the dream. But be honest, how real is this? Are we talking fountain of youth, or is that still sci-fi territory?
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Immortality is a whole other thing. But this research gives us a new angle. If we crack how cells do this third state thing, we might be able to fix the wear and tear that comes with aging, maybe even reverse it some.
It's like our bodies had this whole secret world going on, and now we get a peek. We've covered some wild stuff today, from how this third state works to, like, rewriting what life and death even mean. So if you had to leave our listeners with one last thought, what would it be?
We're at the edge of a total change in how we see biology. This isn't just a discovery, it's a challenge. To question what we think we know, to go into the unknown. This third state is proof nature's full of surprises. And the more we learn, the more amazing it gets.
Secrets on top of secrets, and the potential to, change everything. That's what makes this so fascinating. From The Deep Dive, I'm your host, signing off. Keep exploring, keep asking questions, and until next time, keep on learning.